Rise and shine, everyone. 9 o'clock on your Sunday morning. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Matt Standers in for Lindsay this morning. Hopefully you got some rest. We know that time adjustment has really thrown a lot of people off. You were saying you thrown off a little bit?
A little bit.
Me
Try
too.
to go to bed early to make up for the lost hour. It never works out.
Yeah.
So everyone's just a little tired, I think, this morning. You a little tired?
I am.
That's
I
okay.
am. But that's all right. We're going to make it.
We're going to make it.
That's right. Get the cup of coffee. Maybe you're heading out to worship service. But I will say, stepping out, it might shock you a little bit just because of the warmer temperatures we've been used to this past week.
For sure. I would bring the jacket. And for a lot of folks maybe headed to a worship service this morning, you start off with clouds and you're getting out of service and thinking, oh, the sun's coming out. Not a bad way to have your Sunday morning. Right now we are in the 30s and 40s. We're headed to near 60 later today because the clouds are breaking. You're looking live downtown Indianapolis thinking nothing but clouds. Well, you're looking in the southern sky. If I was able to turn the camera around, you'd see some clearing out there across central Indiana. 38, it is chilly, feels more like the low 30s at times with a light breeze. It's not crazy windy, but just enough to add a little chill to the air. But I promise you, we do have some clearing skies looking caramel. In fact, when you look directly above, it is clear, but still some clouds off in the distance. Clouds are starting to break around Noblesville, and they're starting to break around Eagle Creek, even Connorsville. A few little slivers trying to form out there. Essentially, the farther north and west you go, the clearer you are. And that's where the temperatures are the coldest, because we've removed the covers, removed the cloud blanket from over top of us. Right now, it's 34 in Frankfort and Lafayette. Good morning in Noblesville, about 39. It's 38 in Carmel and Fishers, and same in Avon, Brownsburg. We're holding on to low 40s right now in Richmond and Newcastle and in Rushville, 41 in Columbus, 44 in Seymour. Not a bad start this morning, just a little cool. But today clouds are breaking, and coming up, we're going to let you know when maybe our next chance of weather will come in. That's the front way to the northwest, and we'll time it out for you. Matthew?
All right, we'll see you then, Matt. Well, this morning we're learning that a juvenile is in the hospital recovering after a shooting on the city's west side. This happened near West 12th Street near North Tibbs Avenue around 9 last night. Once on scene, officers say they found that juvenile male with gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Now, we did speak with officers at the scene who had this message about violence.
You know, solving your problems by using violence or gun violence is definitely unacceptable. It's one of those things that I don't think a lot of people stop to think about the permanent damage that this can do. And it's not just the individual that might have been shot, it's all the family members as well.
Now, right now, we're still working to learn if anyone was detained in this shooting and what exactly led up to it. Right now, police are also asking you, if you do have information, give them a call. Well, this morning, we are hearing from neighbors on the city's northeast side after a shooting left a person dead and multiple people detained. Our Brandon Schaff went back to the scene and spoke with one person who says bullets went through his apartment window.
Shattered glass, bullet holes peppering the window and door. Gunfire hit Jordan Hodges' apartment around 1 in the morning. He lives on the top floor and was playing a video game when he heard people arguing outside. He says that's common, so he didn't think twice about it until it stopped and something much worse started.
It got quiet for probably a minute or two. Then after that, I just started hearing shots. So I threw my controller, got on the ground.
At the apartment complex where this shooting happened, inside one of the units, one of the bullets actually went through the window. You can see where it entered here. It traveled across the apartment into this wall where you can see the bullet hole.
If I would have stayed in the living room, that could have been me. So I'm like, it's crazy out here. I don't know.
Hodge says he checked to make sure the person with him was okay. He stayed on the floor for about 5 minutes, and once it felt safe to get back up, he looked outside to see what was happening.
It was probably 10 cars right here. They all scattered. Then not too long after, I seen police pull up. Then they brought the stretcher, and I was like, they done taped it up. I'm like, somebody probably done lost their life.
Sadly, he was right. When officers arrived, they found a male shot. Medics took him to the hospital in critical condition, where he died. Hodge estimates he heard about 30 to 40 gunshots. Despite the early morning violence, he says he usually feels safe.
It usually be cool over here when the kids around. It don't be too much going on, but yesterday I guess it was different because it was nice outside.
Police detained at least 4 people at the shooting scene, and the investigation is ongoing. On the northeast side, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Well, this morning we are learning more about a police chase that led to a multi-car crash involving a state trooper. Take a look at this picture on your screen. This happened on I-65 Friday night in Clark County down in southern Indiana. Police say a trooper tried to stop a car for not having a license plate. We're told the driver sped off and then crashed into 2 other cars, including an ISP cruiser. So the trooper is okay, and 2 children in the other car were hit. Were taken to the hospital just as a precaution to be checked out. We're told the suspect is a man from Louisville, now facing multiple charges. Well, over in Crawfordsville, 2 teenagers are under arrest in connection to a deadly shooting. This shooting happened Thursday night at Milligan Park. That's where police and medics found 31-year-old Caleb Isabel. He died from his injuries at the hospital. Police say they later arrested 2 18-year-olds in connection with this deadly shooting. They're now facing preliminary charges. Tomorrow, the Johnson County coroner will do an autopsy on a body found in a drainage ditch in Greenwood. The coroner says someone found the body Friday along State Road 135, just south of Stones Crossing Road. We should learn the person's name and how they died sometime tomorrow. In Morgan County, investigators are pushing for answers in a 6-year-old cold case. Someone broke into a home and shot and killed this man, Ernest Phillips. Our Marina Silva sat down with his family as they continue to look for answers.
6 years.
So I hope every year this is going to be the year.
For Nikki Hubble, that hope has never gone away. She's still waiting to learn why her brother was killed. Ernie, or as his family calls him Poke, was house sitting for his nephew in Paragon on the night of March 6th into the morning of March 7th. When the nephew got home the morning of March 7th, 2020, he found Ernie shot, and the home was burglarized.
I just remember screaming and hearing myself screaming, and my husband kind of took over from there.
Since that day, investigators with the Morgan County Sheriff's Office have worked the case.
I see this every day.
The case is now in the hands of Detective Sergeant Patrick Williams.
There are some people that were talked to early on in the investigation by the previous detective. We encourage those people to come back forward. Attempts have been made to reach them.
Sergeant Williams says the goal is simple: bring the person responsible to justice.
They need closure, they need some answers, and they want what everyone does is the people held accountable for what they did.
For Nikki, this hits her every day.
I mean, we're angry. We're angry. And it's just been a long 6 years.
She knows someone knows something.
It's hard to understand why. I'm sure there are things that we don't know, but I feel like there is a lot that we do know.
As the family marks 6 years without answers, they're still hoping the person who knows the truth will finally come forward. In Morgan County, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Time is now 9:08. Those heavy storms yesterday morning brought along some lightning. So check this out. A family's home in Zionsville got hurt. Thankfully, everyone was okay. This happened around 9:30 yesterday morning. We did know it did not spark a fire, but did cause some damage to the home. You can see right here, Zionsville fire crews sharing these photos as they work to put a tarp over some of the areas of that home to protect it from rain. Over to sports, here are some of your top stories. Ball State just fired its men's basketball coach. Michael Lewis is now out after 4 seasons. So he started at Ball State going 20-12, but then had 3 straight losing seasons. That includes a career worst this year. The Cardinals won their final 4 games of the season, but it wasn't enough to get them to the MAC tournament or save Lewis's job. Ball State says they are now searching for his replacement right away.